So today's video is gonna be about 9 different jobs I worked before I started my business. Oh, and y'all like my fit today? Y'all like my aesthetic? Thank you. Okay, so sorry I gotta flip through my binder. I know y'all remember using these binders in school. Like shit. I even made this little binder poster, I guess you can say, because it basically has the slip where you can slip in like pictures and shit. I really want to make a collage, you know, like a magazine collage. I used to love making those. Like growing up, I was really into arts and crafts. But I'm getting off topic. Y'all know I do that in my YouTube videos sometimes. Sorry about that. But yes, 9 places I worked before I started my business. My baby, Woduhi Beauty. The first, number 1 is Hardees. So like Hardees was the first job I ever worked. I was 18 going on 19. Hardees was okay, I guess. Like they paid us $7.50 an hour, and like all the fucking work and scrubbing and you know dealing with rude ass customers. Like y'all, I was such a crybaby at 18. Like for the first week when I worked there, I was crying every day because it's like the managers, they was just doing too much. And you know I wasn't really used to the working environment. It was my first job, so I was a little sensitive, I can admit. Like looking back at it, like I didn't have to be that like easily fucked with, like, you know, because if you let people mess with your energy, then that's when you're gonna start feeling emotions and things like that. But if you don't and you stay on your own wave, you know, and you don't let anybody mess with it, you're good. So that's what I learned basically as I got older. And I also learned, before I go any further to the rest of the jobs, like working for people just made me want to like start my business even more. Really, like it kind of lit the fire under my ass because of like the customers, the rude ass managers, and just the different jobs. I always like knew deep down inside that I didn't want to be like the regular 9 to 5 life. I always knew I wanted more. So, you know, I didn't just talk about it. I started the process of going after it. So that being said, job number 2 that I worked was Taco Bell. That was like, I worked there on and off for a few years really. But that was like my second job. There was a time when I was working Taco Bell and Hardees like at the same time. So yes, I definitely have experience with working 2 jobs too. For sure. The third place I worked was the call center. Y'all, I was there for like a fucking week. And then I quit. Cause they said you had to they said you had to wait 2 weeks to get paid, and like I was in a kind of emergency situation where I couldn't really wait on that. So I quit. And I was kind of jobless for a little while. But it was what it was. I learned from it though. Like it was definitely a learning experience for sure, for just up and quitting jobs. And I also tend to do that a lot. Like if I don't like how I'm being treated at a job, I'll fucking walk out. No questions asked, because it's like one thing I'm big on is respect. Like even if you are my manager or whoever you are, like, you know, I don't take lightly to disrespect, I guess you can say. So the 4th place that I worked was P.F. Chang's, and you know, that job was fun as fuck. That P.F. Chang's food, oh, bitch. And that fucking strawberry lemonade, that shit was good as fuck, like, really. That was definitely a perk of working there. And then I made like $9.50 an hour just to like stand in the back and roll silverware. Because originally I was a hostess, but at that time, like, I was kind of shy. So they ended up making me a silverware roller, and I still got paid the hostess rate per hour, which was $9.50. So that was pretty fucking dope. Oh, I got to fucking put my headphones in when I was rolling silverware, or like Sometimes the dishwashers, they would bring their speakers, and I listen to their music and shit. And yeah, EF Change was definitely a vibe. Most definitely. So the fifth place I worked before starting my business is Walmart. And yes, y'all, I was a Walmart girl. I was a Walmart girl for about a hot month. I had a tardy issue problem, like getting there on time, and it was like a 4 strikes you're out rule within 90 days. So y'all, I fucked that job up too. But I was a cute ass Walmart girl, y'all, and everything. Like I had Beyonce curly hair. Like it was a curly wig. It was synthetic, but it was a curly wig with a bust down fucking middle part, and it was like honey blonde, and the curls went down to my waist. And y'all, I was feeling myself, and I was working out around that time too. But yeah, I lasted at Walmart a hot month. But at least I can say I was a Walmart girl before. And not gonna lie, like walking around Walmart telling people what side of the store to go to find shit, like, y'all, that was low-key fun too. So the sixth place I worked at before I started my business was Cracker Barrel. And that's when I got to Indianapolis as well. Like all the jobs I just named off, with the exception of Taco Bell, because I ended up working at Taco Bell for a short period of time out here too. I worked in another state before I moved here. But yeah, Cracker Barrel was the first job I had in Indianapolis, and that was a trying experience too. Like, it was my first time ever working a server job, so, you know, like, I had to learn the ropes of being a server. Like, I sucked ass at first, though, y'all. In the beginning, when I was first, like, following behind the server mentor, or the server trainee, basically, like, the person that teaches you the ropes of serving. Yeah, and I spilled some fucking iced tea on somebody's head. And a dude threw a chair at me because he found a piece of glass in his food. But it's like, my nigga, at the end of the day, we as the servers can't control your food. You're like, really? You threw a chair at me? Thank God I was far enough away, y'all, to where it didn't affect me. But like, y'all, that shit was still like really pissing me off, because it was like, dude, like, was it really that serious to throw a chair because you found a piece of glass in your food? I would have been upset, but I would have just asked for a refund, took my money, or, you know, got like a free gift card to come and get a meal for free next time, whatever the fuck. And I would have went on about my business. But to do all that extra shit, like throwing shit and stuff, like, he did the most. But on the bright side, like, I had a lot of fun at Cracker Barrel. Like, we was in that bitch drinking shots before we clocked in, smoking on break, all types of shit. Like, it was lit, low-key. But rolling silverware, y'all, at Cracker Barrel was annoying, because they would always make us roll like a certain amount. And if we didn't roll like a certain amount, we couldn't leave. And it's like, dude, really? People got shit to do other than work, you know? Like, people want to go home, relax, you know, just chill out, enjoy the rest of their day. Like, nobody wants to stand there for an extra hour or two rolling silverware. But it's like, it only happened like that where you had to stay for like maybe an extra hour at the most, on busy days, like on Sundays and Saturdays. That's when it was like rush hour. So yeah. But one time at Cracker Barrel, this is like my best memory there, one of my best memories there. Besides meeting my friend Chris, shout out to you, bitch. You're one of my best memories of Cracker Barrel too. And we're still friends to this day, period. Besides meeting Chris, one day a family gave me a $100 tip, y'all. And I was just like in shock, because I did such a good job like taking care of their drinks. Like, me as a server, y'all, I fill the drinks up like too many times to the point where they're gonna be like, okay, we don't need any more type thing. Like, I was an overachiever server. And yeah, when they pulled out that crispy $100 bill, I was like, oh my God, thank you. Like, I was just in shock, really. in a good way. Okay, so the seventh job, job number 7 I worked at before I started my business is IHOP. I was a server there. It was some good ass times there too. That's actually where I met my homegirl Naya. Shout out to you, bitch. When I was working at IHOP, we were servers there together on the graveyard shift. And so yeah, y'all, the graveyard shift was annoying too. Like I said, annoying ass managers, but I think there's annoying ass managers at every 9 to 5. You know, it's just they have got different levels of annoying and shit. But yeah, IHOP. The drunk people coming in on the weekends from the club, like that was funny as hell. But at IHOP, they didn't really tip that good, except for on like Sundays, mostly. Other like Saturdays and Sundays. That was, oh yeah, and Mondays. Those were really the only times I made money. Like I didn't really make as big of a bag at IHOP as I did at Cracker Barrel. Definitely not. Okay, so job number 8 I worked at before I started my business was Dennys. I was also a server at Dennys on the graveyard shift, y'all. And actually, Dennys is one of the places I grew up eating, like, as a kid and as a teenager. So, Dennys is really special to me. And y'all know I was up to no good in there, too. Like, I used to sneak and make myself milkshakes and smoothies when nobody was looking, and then sneak into the break room and drink them. Now, Dennys, their tips wasn't shit either. Like, the best place as a server that I tipped at, that I got the best tips was Cracker Barrel. Most definitely. Cracker Barrel, hands down. Okay, and so job number 9 that I worked before I started my business is a mall janitor. And bitch, I was the baddest mall janitor ever that ever existed, period. I actually worked at the Circle Center Mall downtown in Indianapolis. I was a janitor there. It was like a few months. I worked there a few months before the pandemic broke out. So yeah, that sums it up for the 9 places I worked before I started my business, Woduhi Beauty. And actually, it was when I was working as a janitor at the mall that I started my business, my baby, Woduhi Beauty. I remember when I made the purchase for my mink lashes, my first mink lash collection. I was so like nervous and everything, like, because I had heard like things about sometimes vendors scamming you out of your money and the products don't look exactly how the picture, like how they look in the picture and things like that. But everything ended up turning out perfectly. Like it came, like when my mink lash line came, it looked exactly like the picture, and I was in love. And the rest is history. Here we are in 2021, and I just celebrated the year anniversary of Woduhi Beauty. So I'm very like happy and proud about that for sure. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video, Weirdo Gang. And I'm signing out. Peace. And once again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.